This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. It is 6 o'clock now. Yes, we've fallen back an hour with daylight saving time switch over. Let's check in with Chris McGinnis now for a quick look at the forecast this morning. Chris?
Yeah, it's a little drippy out there. In fact, in some cases, the rain coming down sideways at times. This is the live look from Newport. Just a couple of minutes ago, we had gusty winds and showers there. We've got showers in town. And as we give you the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera, you can see the cloud cover just kind of hanging over downtown. We'll take you up to the mountain as well. Step out of the way. You can see the snow blowing sideways up at Timberline. Snow levels down below the passes during the day today. So winter storm warnings in effect for the Cascades. If you're traveling that way, be prepared for winter. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just getting wet this morning. Here's a live scan of the radar, and this rain is going to continue pushing eastward over the next couple of hours. So wet go of it for today for sure. 47 last check at PDX. It's 45 in Hillsborough. In the big picture across the state, waking up to upper 30s in Pendleton, 29 in Baker City. That 47 here in Portland will probably be our high for the day. I think if anything, the temperatures drop or at least hold steady in the lower 40s this afternoon with a little bit of a breeze and showers. You get the idea. A cool, wet, raw Sunday forecast. Tim?
That it is. A lot. Well, the day is almost here. We promise it's almost here. The midterm elections take place on Tuesday. Elections officials are gearing up for the big day, and they have some suggestions to make the voting process as smooth as possible. Here's KGW's Art Edwards.
If you haven't started thinking about voting yet, it's time.
And there are ways to get it done. If you still need a ballot in Multnomah County, you can go to the elections office and get one. They'll help you through the process. When it comes to casting the ballot, you can do it in two ways, either by mail or by drop box.
We have drop sites all over the county. We have 30 drop sites in Multnomah County, and you're probably just about as close to an official ballot drop site as you are a post office. So it's okay to use our drop sites, and all those drop sites are on our website.
In Clark County, it's much the same. You can mail ballots or put them in the drop box. If you haven't registered to vote, you still have time. You can register in person through Election Day in the state of Washington. While voting ends on Tuesday, it will take some time before the official count is done.
We absolutely will accurately process every ballot that's voted by properly registered voters and returned to us by 8 o'clock p.m. or postmark election day. Every one of those ballots will be included in the certification of the election on November 29th.
Officials say the key is to make sure to get your vote in.
Every election is important. Every election matters. Every vote counts. This is your opportunity to decide on what kind of world you want to live in.
All right, a big measure in Oregon will have people voting on health care. We're talking about Measure 111. If passed, it would amend the Oregon Constitution, making Oregon the first state in the country to ensure health care access for all. Proponents of Oregon Measure 111 say it's pretty straightforward in terms of the importance of access to health care. The state voters pamphlet says a yes vote requires state to ensure affordable health care access. State must balance health care funding against funding for schools, other essential services. Courts must respect balance. Codifying health care for all in Oregon has been raised and failed numerous times in the state legislature. Last session, Democrats were able to get it passed on party lines to give it to a vote of the people. Hannah Winchester is a physical therapist and active member of the Oregon Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals.
So I think Measure 111 is a really great way to reaffirm the goal that every Oregonian should have access to quality and appropriate health care.
Opponents of the measure say it's too vague and does not protect the state financially in terms of the cost of guaranteeing health care access or the risk of being sued if it fails to do so. Senate Minority Leader Fred Girod wrote in opposition of Measure 111, this bill promises something that Democrats know they can't deliver. The bill doesn't fund any system to deliver on that promise. State Senator Elizabeth Steiner Hayward, a healthcare professional, wrote in support, saying, if the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us anything, it is that without access to high-quality, affordable healthcare, our communities cannot thrive. If Measure 111 passes, Hannah Winchester knows there will be details to work out.
But I think it's really important to very succinctly and very clearly state that goal, that healthcare is a human right and it should be awarded to every person in Oregon.
And stay with KGW and NBC News for complete election coverage in the lead up to November 8th and, of course, on election night itself. And we've made it easy for you to get up to speed on local candidates and measures. Just text the word election to 503-226-5088, and we'll text you right back with KGW's great election guide. Got it all covered for you there. Well, roads are back open after a multi-vehicle crash along Highway 99 north of Newburgh. We're going to show you some pictures of the scenes now. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue had to help pull one person out of their car. Meantime, another car was on fire, but thankfully no one was in that one. 4 people were sent to the hospital. One of them is in critical condition. Authorities say the crash happened after someone ran a stop sign Saturday afternoon. That person has since been cited for using a phone while driving, among other things. Well, investigators continue working to determine the cause of a fire at an electrical substation in the Mount Tabor area Friday night. Neighbors described seeing a fireball shooting out into the sky, a glowing orange sky, and reports of explosions too. Check out this picture behind me now. Alma McCarty got a look at the damage and spoke with neighbors, grateful to have their power restored.
Throughout the day on Saturday, people stopped by the substation here at the corner of Southeast 60th and Stark after a fire lit up the night sky Friday night. Neighbors who live nearby told me it was pretty jarring. Luckily, Portland Fire and Rescue was able to respond quickly and worked with PGE to contain the fire.
A flash of light, smoke, and flames.
We just lost power in our neighborhood in the Mount Tabor area, and the substation is on fire.
Whether blocks away or right up close, neighbors knew right away.
It was pretty quiet, just drizzling, and then all of a sudden we heard like, and then a giant like fireball.
I could tell it was something serious. It wasn't just a small little fire.
The fire, called into dispatchers just after 9 Friday night, knocked out power to thousands of customers, including Brian and Jamie Ruiz.
Looked like, like a Michael Bay movie. It was just like expanding, and we're standing there like.
My first thought is, because of all the fires recently, I think when I saw it, I was like, oh, do we need to evacuate immediately?
That thought also occurred to Edwin Disisway over on 62nd Avenue.
Debated going for a walk with the dogs to take a look, chose not to. I could see the glow pretty much for the next half hour or something. So I knew that there was a fire on the ground.
On the ground, fire crews partnered with the utility workers, including a PGE representative who lived in the neighborhood, due to the dangerous nature of fighting an electrical fire. Firefighters noted tackling this fire was complicated, with the substation still energized and oil from the transformer burning on the ground. Portland Fire and Rescue eventually extinguished the flames, reporting the fire did not spread, nor were there any injuries.
I don't know how they did it, but they did.
In the light of day, many surveyed the scene and considered it, thankfully, underwhelming.
I thought it would be a lot worse. Because the size of the fireball, I'm looking at these, I'm like, that's all that blew up? They handled it. It was a quick response.
PGE reports that power in the area was restored and that the cause of the fire remains under investigation as crews make repairs to the substation. In Southeast Portland, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Well, outdoor dining became widely popular with Portland restaurants during the COVID-19 pandemic. As some owners say, it's the reason they're still in business. Coming up next, how the city is working to make those patios safer as they become more permanent fixtures.